Welcome back to TGIF. Shout out to all the soulmates in the chat. I think we're at about 3,800. We coming up on that 4,000 real quick. All right. Okay. All right. Listen, social media went into an uproar after reports revealed that Leonardo DiCaprio, who is 48, is allegedly dating a 19-year-old model, Eden Polani. Now, one person tweeted, Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriend is so young, her high school experience was interrupted by COVID-19. Another person tweeted, at this point, can't even join in on the jokes anymore. If Leonardo DiCaprio is approaching 50 and dating a teenager, then he is he's an acting sexual predator. Let's be clear. All right, what are your thoughts on this alleged relationship? Hugh, let's go to you first. Is this too much or is it over 18 play ball? What you think?
Absolutely not. That first of all, that 18 crap is just an arbitrary number. That girl is a doggone child, okay? And what it says to me, I'm sorry, what it says to me is that you were somewhere beating your meat, waiting for her to turn legal. I'm sorry, if you a 50-year-old man and you like 19, you're 50 years old and you like 16 and you like 15 too, as far as I'm concerned, because they are one and the doggone same. There is absolutely nothing a 50-year-old man can sit across the dinner table and talk to a 19-year-old about other than her allowance, her curfew, and where she going to college at. Those are the only three things a 50-year-old can sit across the table and talk to a 19-year-old about. And for her parents, see, I'm not even mad with her. And I don't know what type of teenagers y'all are, but in my house, you didn't get grown until you graduated college, okay? At 19 years old, my parents were still telling me what the hell to do. And I'm sorry, your parents ain't shit if they laying around letting you lay it low and spread it wide with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm sorry, everybody around this girl is failing her. And Leonardo DiCaprio, you nasty. And you are the living embodiment of everything they say is perverted and pedophilic-like in Hollywood.
I feel you. My guy's daughter is just turned 20 and we have conversations a lot. And she's a very evolved and smart, 20-year-old now. But she just has such a baby face and looks so young. And there's so many things that there's so many years between us. And I'm just thinking mentally, I get Leonardo looking at this girl in a lustful way, right? As her attractiveness. But mentally, I just wonder, or do they not care? Al, what do you think? Do you think he doesn't care?
I met Leonardo DiCaprio in 1999 when he was dating one of my clients, Giselle Bunch. And I feel like, he's always loved models. If you follow his Twitter feed, the guy doesn't date anybody over the 20s. This is nothing new. This is his preference. Do I think it's right? 100% no. But my question in this situation is, we know where he's coming from. He's been consistent. What's up, with what Q said, what's up with these families of these young girls who is allowing these young little girls to date him? In addition, what's up with these young women who are in their 20s who also are giving him permission to date them? I think this falls on both sides. We know that he's an A-lister, but he has a preference. It seems like it could be inappropriate, but look, the young ladies are signing off on it. So
I'm not faulting a 20-year-old. At 20, I'd have did the same thing. At 20, we all would have.
You would have gone for it, right?
He's Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, right. At 20 years old, I would have hunched the teacher. Okay, how many 20-year-olds hunched their college professor? It definitely is a mismatch in the power dynamic, in the level of influence. So no, I am not going to fault the 20-year-old. The 20-year-old is being taken advantage of.
Yeah,
So a 20-year-old, in essence, cannot give consent. Like a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, you would think shouldn't be able to give consent legally to dating a 50-year-old man as well?
Legally, they can. Legally, they can. You know what I'm saying? But from a moral perspective, from a right and wrong perspective, absolutely not. Not when you're 20 years old, you don't have enough life experience to realize that this rich man is preying on you.
Got it.
All things constant, a 20-year-old would not mess with a regular 50-year-old that just drove trucks. You know what I'm saying? They're blinded by the glitz and the glam and the money, and it's not right. And he knows that. That's what makes it predatory. Go ahead, Claudia.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just like with the R. Kelly case. Like I know you met him before, Al, and you like him and you work with him before, and I get that because like we want to be protective of the people that we rock with and we are fans of. I get that, but no matter who it was, like if R. Kelly, Leonardo DiCaprio, we cannot. Any young girl is going to be. To me, I think you're not mentally even there, even as much as they say women are developed faster. I think 24, 25, 26, 27, even an argument to be like late in your 20s before you really mentally got your capacity. Throwing some celebrity in there, it's really, I just don't like bending over backwards to take the responsibility away from the 50-year-olds when we all are supposed to be the ones that, I don't know, we should be the ones that say, listen, you may like me, young girl, but this ain't probably what we should be doing right now. Because I don't know.
And I'm sorry, like I said earlier, what are they talking about? Like
I don't think they're doing a lot of talking.
All he doing is hunching you. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. There is no value outside of sex that a 20-year-old man or woman can provide a 50-year-old who has lived.
And let me go ahead and make it both ways, so we're not that's not bashing the man. If someone said Anna Nicole Smith in the comments, and to these women that are that go after the old dudes because they have a motive too. I still think it's creepy both ways. I think you should. I mean, date who you want, but should it be arranged? Al, let me ask both of y'all. What's like the youngest y'all would go and the oldest y'all would go? Real quick.
I'm 39 right now. The youngest I would go, and this is really a stretch, is probably 32. I'm a firm believer of the high school rule. If we could have been in high school together at the same time, so that's give or take 3 to 4 years in either direction, then I'm good with it.
Okay. Al, what about you? Like, do you have
I don't know. Look, I know that I wouldn't date anyone in their 20s or early 30s, but I don't know that I would put so much limit on someone in my quest to finding love. I'm mature. So for me, you have to meet me at certain levels. So if I met a 38 or a 35-year-old that was able to converse with me, able to relate to me, able to share their selves and make me feel like it's somebody that I want to get to know, I'm not going to say you're 35, so I'm not going to date you. And it's the same thing. I wouldn't say that with a 70-year-old that I met and vibed with and had a great time with and explored, a love spectrum with. I wouldn't say, hey, you're 70, you're 20 years older than me, you're preying on me, this is not a good match. I think I would probably take it case by case. And once again, use a little bit of preference as well as what's appropriate too.
Not growing up, all through my 20s and 30s, and I always thought a younger man, more physically fit, attractive, sexy, hard bodies. And now in my 40s, you could not pay me to date those young boys. Well, I won't say young boys, young men. I love my age range, my group where we can like vibe. You be in the car, you listen to the same genre of music. There's a lot of, you bond on those kind of things, like remembering this. Hey, you remember when Scott LaRock died, the DJ back in 1985? Do you remember when Boogie Down Productions was out? What were you doing when you graduated high school? Do you remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? It just helps build bonds, I think, outside of sexual and monetary bonds. To me, this is my thing. And I love it. Like, I'm with someone now that's the same exact age as me. And I love that we have so many things that it feels like we grew up together. It feels like we lived similar lives without being together I don't know. That's just my opinion. But hey, love who you love and get them bills paid by who you get your bills paid, I guess. I guess.